All right, well, the turkey is almost gone. It's down to leftovers now, and it's actually time to put up the Christmas lights and the decorations, unless you've already done so. And the earlier the better on that, according to a new study that says decorating earlier actually makes you happier. But holiday blues, they are a real thing, so how can you beat it if it's a problem for you? Here now with his tips is board-certified psychiatrist Dr. Dominic Sportelli. Doctor, thank you so much for coming on this morning. We're talking about something that's very real for a lot of people. I've never heard of it actually happening during the holidays so much as after the holidays, but does it actually happen right now and into the holidays?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, according to the NIH, the National Institutes of Health, there is unfortunately an increase in depression, anxiety, and even suicides around the holidays. And the reason for that, we think, is because there are so many expectations around the holidays for people. There's a lot of nostalgia, there's a lot of focus on loss and grief, and there's sort of an idealistic idea that we have about families being perfect around the holidays, and when ours aren't so perfect, we tend to get a little down. So yes, it's an absolutely true phenomenon.
That is very interesting. Let's talk about some of your tips for kind of keeping this from happening for people that have a problem here.
Yeah, you got it. So listen, so the holidays are a time of overindulgence, right? And two of those things are alcohol. That's number one. And the other one is too much food, right? Now, studies do show that an increase in alcohol intake over the holidays can lead to depression, anxiety, and mood disorders. So if you're going to have a drink or two, limit it at that, 1 to 2 drinks. The other thing is food. Listen, all the candies and cakes and all the fun stuff that we have at the holidays, the average person increases in weight by about 8 pounds between November and January. So say no to those extra cookies and avoid some of that extra food.
8 pounds. That's nothing to scoff at. That's actually a pretty dramatic weight gain. I didn't know it was that much on average. So you've got don't eat too much, don't drink too much. Very good tips for trying to keep a better outlook on things. And sleep as well?
Sleep. Listen, we overextend ourselves during the holidays. People tend to get extremely stressed out. So I want people to remember, take care of yourself, get some good rest. Don't forget to exercise and stay active. And the other thing, an important thing is, I know the holidays are all about giving, but learn to say no. It's okay to pass on some social events. Not the worst time in the world to take some time for yourself and really take care of yourself. And that's where, the sleep and the exercise and all that kind of comes into play to avoid any emotional breakdown.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess there are some people that the holidays might bring up something sad from the past. You were saying get support when somebody might be mourning someone else that they might have lost during the holidays. That can be a tricky time of the year if you've lost somebody in the last few years, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Listen, the holidays are nostalgic. They bring back memories, both good and bad. Unfortunately, people remember grief and loss around these times, and they can feel extra lonely and upset. Here's the important thing. If you do feel that way, there are so many amazing psychotherapists out there and counselors. Go get yourself some help. Talk to people. Don't isolate yourself. Spend time with friends and family. And you know what? If you don't have friends and family to stay with, volunteer. There are so many opportunities around the holidays to volunteer, and I guarantee not only will it make you feel good about yourself and raise your mood, but you'll help others in an amazing way. So
it sounds like a hassle when you're thinking about it, but doing it actually really does work. I agree with that. Yeah. And what about the Christmas lights and the decorations? You think the earlier the better?
I love this study. I think this is great. And the reason being is the people that like to decorate early tend to be more involved in remembering their childhood positive memories of the holidays. So they tend to be happier because they're remembering that magical time when they were a kid.
That's something else. All right, Dr. Dom, thanks so much for coming on this morning. We appreciate it. Some very good advice this time of the year.